Praise Father Yah. Thank you for tuning in, Scattered Sheep. Today we're going to go over Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 through 11. And this is a study about what we should do to fight the flesh. When it's hard to do the right thing. It really is. But when we strip these things off of our personality and try really hard and focus, our lives will be peaceful. We will reap the benefits of it. So right now I'm going to read Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 11, and then we're going to go over it. If, however, you were raised up with the Christ, go on seeking the things above, where the Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Keep your minds fixed on the things above, not on the things on the earth. For you died, and your life has been hidden with the Christ in union with God. When the Christ, our life, is made manifest, then you also will be made manifest with him in glory. Deaden therefore your body members that are on the earth as respects to sexual immorality, uncleanness, uncontrolled sexual passion, hurtful desire, and greediness, which is idolatry. On account of those things, the wrath of God is coming. This is how you used to conduct yourselves in your former way of life. But now you must put them all away from you: wrath, anger, badness, abusive speech, and obscene talk out of your mouth. Do not lie to one another. Strip off the old personality with its practices and clothe yourselves with a new personality, which through accurate knowledge is being made new according to the image of the one who created it, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcised nor uncircumcised, foreigner, Scythian, slave, or freeman, but Christ is all things and in all. So these are instructions on how to fight what we need to try to fight off. Stop these practices right here. Okay? The first thing he instructed us to do was to focus on the things above and not on the things on the earth. Okay? What does Father Yah want? How do I get to Father Yah? Well, the Christ. So I have to figure out how to be like the Christ. Okay? And I say this is my thinking, and this is what I say to myself as I go on my very day. And a lot of the things, sometimes it's hard to focus on the things above when we live here on earth, you know. It's a logical thing to think and say, but we have to go beyond that, because the words that are in the Holy Scripture are from above. So that's what we need to concentrate on and try our very best. So the Christ even prayed for us in John chapter 17, verse 15 and 16. And I'm going to read that. John 17, 15 and 16 reads, I do not request that you take them out of the world, but that you watch over them because of the wicked one. They are no part of the world, just as I am no part of the world. And also in 1 John chapter 5, verse 19, it states that the world is lying in the power of the wicked. So who is in power? The wicked. And Yeshua, the Christ, he was worried about us and prayed to Father Yah to watch over us because of the wicked one. So that's why Paul stated that we needed to focus on the things above and not the things here. It gives us an advantage to fight the flesh. Okay. We don't need to be greedy. We don't need to have abusive speech. And I know that abusive speech is very, very hard because everybody uses it in their daily language. I get it. Okay? Trust me, I get it. But we have to take a stand and fight it because we don't want to speak abusively to anybody or offend anybody with a potty mouth. When we speak, it should be accepted everywhere as disciples of the Christ. We shouldn't be getting bleeped out on TV. And I say we. Okay? So, the obscene talk, we know what obscene is. Okay? The portrayal or description of something sexual and disgusting by moral standards. Okay? We don't need to be a part of those type of conversation either. And we don't need to lie to one another neither. We take off this old personality, we put on a new personality, and we gain maturity in the Christ. In spiritual qualifications to help others. Okay. So there's more. Galatians chapter 5 verse 19 through 21 reads, "Now the works of the flesh are plainly seen, and they are sexual immorality, uncleanness, brazen conduct, idolatry, spiritism, hostility, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, wild parties, and things like these. I am forewarning you about these things, the same way I already warned you, that those who practice such things will not inherit God's kingdom." Brazen is bold without shame. Dissension is a disagreement that leads to discord. We've all had our fits of anger at one time. We were with short fuses one time, some of us have engaged in all this stuff, all of the above, and the Christ knew it, and that's why he came down here. And he showed the way. Okay? He showed the way, and these are things that we are warned about to stay away from. Just like I said in the other video, you cannot be a citizen of God's kingdom in Sodom and Gomorrah. It doesn't work that way. Just like Yeshua, let's go back to Yeshua when Yeshua said you can't serve two masters now. Okay? So, the wrath of God is coming because of these things. We put on the new personality, and it's a continuous effort day by day. Remember Paul's warning about all the things that were listed here. I'm going to go over it one more time. Sexual immorality, uncleanness, brazen conduct, idolatry, spiritism, hostility, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, wild parties. He forewarned us. If we keep on with those practices, we're not going to inherit God's kingdom. It's plain and simple. Paul said it. I didn't say it. Paul said it right in Galatians. We got to grow out of that stuff now. Grow out of that and mature into the new personality that is made in the Christ. And that is something that is hard to do every day. And I humbly ask everybody to pray for each other in this matter, to put away all this stuff. When it's all around us, it's not as easy. But we can do this. We can do this, and there's also instructions on what we should be clothing ourselves with. And I will be going over that in the next study. Thank you for tuning in, and have a wonderful, blessed day.